We are reading from What is the Declaration of Independence for Founders Month, and we are currently on Chapter 6, Shot Heard Round the World. After the First Continental Congress, a large, heavily armed militia formed in Massachusetts. Volunteer soldiers gathered up as many muskets, cannons, and as much gunpowder as possible. Of course, this was totally against the law. Remember, Boston was being punished for the Tea Party. Even town meetings had been banned, but that didn't stop Sam Adams and others from planning for a revolt. The question was whether they would put all the weapons and gunpowder. Where would they put all the weapons and gunpowder? Concord, Massachusetts seemed like the ideal place. It was a small, quiet town about 20 miles northwest of Boston. Unfortunately, British spies found out about the hidden weapons in Concord, and General Thomas Gage decided to attack the colonists' stockpile. So you can see here exactly where Concord was, where they wanted to hide those weapons, and how far away it is from Boston. This would crush their ability to fight against the king, but the colonists had their own spies. They learned when the Redcoats, a nickname for the British soldiers, became because of their red uniforms. They knew when they planned to raid Concord, so it would be on the night of April 18, 1775. Here you can see the British soldiers in their uniforms. Not in color, unfortunately, so you can see why they're red. But the colonel's spies also learned which route that the soldiers would take to get to Concord. It was Paul Revere who discovered that the British planned to sail up the Charles River to reach Concord. Revere and another man both mounted their horses and rode as fast as they could to Concord. They were able to warn people guarding the weapons that the British troops were approaching. Here's a picture of Paul Revere, and another man who is not named and noticed, who also sent the message that the British were coming. In the early morning hours of April 19, 1775, a group of about 75 armed colonists faced off against 700 British soldiers near Lexington, which was about 7 miles from Concord. Someone, no one was sure who, shot their musket, and the fighting began. 8 colonists were shot, and 1 British soldier was killed, and the British army kept marching towards Concord. What do you think the British army found there? They found nothing. Because Paul Revere's warning, all of the weapons in Concord had been moved, and the Redcoats were so angry that they burned down houses and shops. Then they headed back to Boston, but on their way, the British soldiers ran into trouble. More than 2,000 colonists, hiding behind houses and fences and bushes, started shooting. The outnumbered British army quickly fled. Even in Lexington, where more British soldiers joined the fight, the colonists proved to be too strong. The British ran for their lives, and this was the first real battle of what would be turned into a war. So when you hear the Battle of Lexington, that is because that is one of the beginning parts of the American Revolution. And it all began because they were hiding their weapons that they couldn't have in Boston, in Concord, and it was that one of our spies that knew that the Redcoats were on their way led people to be prepared to move those weapons out of the way. And then once they turned around to come back, they were cornered by more Americans, and then those people fought with them, those colonists as well. So it was very strategic in the way that they were able to win, even though they were outnumbered, and they also did not have the same military weapons that the Redcoats had at the same time. All right, so that was Chapter 6. Chapter 7, which I will read to you tomorrow, is titled The King Must Go. Thank you for watching.